Just a year after the passing of elder statesman and former Ohaneze Ndigbo President General, Chief Engineer Dr. Emmanuel Iwuanyanwu, the details of his last will and testament have sparked controversy, particularly a clause that bars his widow from remarrying. Now, Chief Iwuanyanwu, who died on the 25th of July 2024 at the age of 82, left behind significant assets reportedly spread across Abuja, Imo, and other parts of Nigeria, all of which were read and allocated on the 16th of June. Now, while the bulk of his estate was equitably shared among his 5 children, attention has zeroed in on a clause that directly affects his 37-year-old widow, Frances Chinonyerem Enwerem, who he married in 2013 at the age of 72, when she was just 26 years old. Their union produced 1 son. Now, according to this will, Frances is entitled to a portion of the late chief's estate, but only on the condition that she remains unmarried. Should she remarry, the document states that she will automatically forfeit her inheritance. The question now is this restriction patriarchal and punitive, especially considering the age difference and the fact that Frances was in her 20s when she married the then septuagenarian? It's obviously not unusual in some elite Nigerian families to use inheritance as a tool to control widows' choices after death. The question I want to ask is that why is a widow's freedom policed while a widower's freedom is guaranteed? If it was a man, they'll tell him you have to marry, you are a man, you must have somebody in your house. But because she's a girl, it's different. It's double standards if you ask me, but what do I know? Let's take a look at social media. At Oka Ewa says, "It was a smart move. My late boss died, leaving about 37 billion in properties and cash for his wife and 5 children. 3 years after his death, the woman married another man and is now bearing the new husband's name. If only he had done something like this. Congrats to the happy couple." Amarachi says, "That was the will of the dead. If I may ask, why should the woman married to such a great man even think of remarrying?" And finally, multimedia producer says, "This is a very selfish thing to do. Imagine this young, beautiful lady not able to remarry after losing her husband. No culture should support this kind of mentality. And I think that the family should hold a meeting and allow the lady to do what she wants. After all, the dead doesn't know what happens behind them." Moving on in the world of social media, reality TV star and billionaire heir Kidwire is under fire after launching a public donation campaign for victims of the recent Benue massacre, which left over 200 people dead. In a statement shared by his NGO, the Kidwire Foundation, shared yesterday, Kidwire appealed to Nigerians to give what they can, whether it's 500 naira, 5,000 or 500,000 naira, through his foundation to support grieving families in Yelawata and Dauduguma local government area, where we know that herdsmen attacked, killing scores and torching several homes and people. But people are questioning the optics of a wealthy celebrity known for flaunting luxury items and trips and lifestyle, now asking ordinary Nigerians, many of whom are struggling, to donate money. Was his request tone deaf and performative? And should he lead by example by first supporting the Yelawata victims with his own wealth? Or should this effort that he's making through his NGO be welcomed, considering that he is a high network and net worth individual? I think that charity begins at home. It would have been great to see him donate some money first, or, charity should begin at home, especially when your home is a mansion. Let's take a look at social media. Ajibu Sonye says, Kidwire gave white money $30,000. This 30 figure is, we like $30,000 just for cooking jollof rice. But now he's asking the public to donate so he can help the good people of Benue. If you can drop $30K casually, why do you need public funds to help your own people? We must put in consideration that we also don't know what he's doing behind the scenes. But Oluremi Sama says, Kidwire's personal money is for flaunting, lifestyle, and boasting. But for charity, he needs donations from people he claims are poorer than him. Hilarious. And finally, this person says, this guy wants to scam Nigerians. He has money, his father has money, and he wants to use this opportunity to scam Nigerians. He opened a GoFundMe account instead of going to Benue to sympathize with them. He's in a foreign country soliciting for funds. Scammers everywhere. Oof. Moving on in international news, our eye is on Uganda, where veteran Ugandan politician and second deputy prime minister, General Moses Ali, has been officially nominated to contest the National Resistance Movement Party primaries for Adjumani West County. But his frail appearance has raised a lot of concern about his fitness for public office. The 86-year-old, who is one of the longest-serving figures in Ugandan politics, remains seated in the video you're watching in his Prado SUV throughout this nomination exercise that was held on Tuesday at the Electoral Commission office in Kampala. Now, he was visibly weak, as you can see, and struggling to breathe, but he did not address the media or step out to greet his supporters. Some are saying because he can't, because he's too old. The Electoral Commission chair approached the vehicle, received the nomination papers, and endorsed them in his office, and returned to this man's car to declare him duly nominated. Moses Ali has had a long and very storied career, from finance minister under Idi Amin to the rebel commander of the Uganda National Rescue Front to senior roles in the NRM government under President Museveni. But currently, he holds the rank of general in the Uganda People Defense Forces. Of course, his public frailty, as you can see, has now ignited debate. Should age and visible health struggles disqualify someone for running from office, or does experience still outweigh physical strength in Uganda or Africa's political theater? This is very interesting. Some people were making the comparison to Joe Biden. I don't know. Let's take a look at social media, but he does not look well, and I worry. Justina says, how embarrassing. African countries will never be taken seriously on the world stage. And Kus de Klerk says, I am not a racist, but Africa is not yet ready to be led by blacks. I love how the both of you, just because of Uganda, just lumped us up into one Africa monolith. But team, let's talk about this. This young woman, her husband has said, you're not going to marry anybody after me. It's not going to happen. What do we, yesterday in the group chat, we touched on it a little bit. It was a hot topic, but we haven't fully chopped it up.
The Iguayan's will didn't say the woman shouldn't remarry. It says if you remarry, you forfeit the property. So the choice is yours. Simple. But the optics of it is a little bit, I wouldn't do that, but that's his choice. It's his property, it's his wife. So, I don't want to get involved in family problems. Let me just put it that way. Kidwire. Good idea to want to help the people of Benue State, but it would have been a better idea if you had come in and made an initial donation and asked Nigerians to join you so that they will share in the blessings, you know. But doing it from wherever, I don't know the country, and you are giving us an account number, it's marks of it's television. So let me leave it there. And you asked a question, should age and health be considered for anybody that wants to run for public office? My personal answer is a big yes, very big yes. We need healthy people, you know, because the office of a president is the kind of office where you don't have time to go to work and time to close. It's a 24/7 kind of thing. You need a strong, healthy person that's mentally fit, physically fit, and so on to sit in that office. So, what's his name? Moses Ali. Well, I don't know how Ugandans feel about you, but you wouldn't get my vote if I was Uganda.
Perhaps he's trying to fulfill a lifelong dream, but unfortunately, this dream is fading from my perspective, and he should just let it slide. He can act in advisory role, but on this, let him just sit it out. Talking about the late Iwanyan's will and his young wife. It is often said, till death do us part, but as it is right now, the death is not, parting anything. But let's look at it critically. I think he wants to preserve his legacy. He works hard to build what he has built, and he's trying to preserve his legacy. And also, he's also perhaps trying to protect her from those who might want to just take advantage of her at the end of the day. So if she would sacrifice that for anybody, the man would know that he is worth it, he too will know that she is worth it. You can let it go. So let's get married. We'll build our lives and all of it. So I think it's protection.
Well, nobody loves poverty, so I'm definitely sure that she's not going to just accept to forfeit everything. But I think that, may his soul rest in peace, but I think that he's being selfish because really, you are dead. And the thing is that he's trying to be smart, but the woman can have a companion and she can still give all the money to the companion. So if we're talking about legacy, I think that is just too much. You say, guy man, you can always have smart guy man in different ways. So she can still have a companion. I think that was too much. I didn't find that story funny. I think it was extreme, for him to say that. And then moving on to Kidwire. Olamide, I don't know if it's just me, but at every point that I've seen Kidwire has given somebody money, I don't believe it, honestly speaking. Maybe it's just me. Because I always feel like it's for social media. Because I'm surprised that Kidwire will come and say, Nigerians should bring 500,000, is it 15 naira or be 50,000 he put there? Like, what are you trying to say? Like, why don't you give it? You claim that you gave white money. So you can give white money for cooking jollof, but you cannot give people in.
What I expected was a pledge of money from him before
he did what?
requesting.
He did what?
What I expected was a pledge of what you're saying.
Exactly. That's what he should have done. So even him saying that people should donate just makes me feel like I have been right all along to say that all the money he's been given is eye service. And also to the Ugandan person, I know that power is sweet. I love power a lot, but you should know when to just quit.
Quickly, Nelson, in 20 seconds.
She married this man when she was 26 years old. Frankly speaking, you knew at the time this man was going to leave before you did. And so it is now your choice to stay or to go. Full stop.
Finish.
Kidwire, well, anybody will give you money. That is their business. Mine ain't coming to you. And for this our wonderful man in Uganda who is trying to become the president, sir, I think it's time you sit back and be a grandfather of your nation and donate.
Thank you, Olamide, for those stories.
You're welcome.
Interesting they were. But as it is now, we need to wrap up our conversation here. But let's let you know that the views and reactions of all our resource persons are theirs and have no connection with TVC News. Up next is Your View with the ladies, and afterwards this morning with Yori Folari. Do stay safe. Bye.